40 graces for 40 days. Grace 2. You, the best choice of God. Dear friends in Christ Jesus, today's reading invites us to probe the deeper meaning of the Christian life and of every Christian occasion by examining our own choices and how we make them. Not only we make choices, our choices makes us. We become what we choose, changing ourselves in the process. These 40 days of Lent are an invitation to respond to the Lord's invitation of grace and be remade into His image and likeness through our choices. In the first reading, Moses tells the people that they have two options, life or death. He then explains the choices they must make for each of these options. Although life is our precious gift from God, how we live is our choice. Lent is meant to help us to make the choice for real life, has helped us to walk in the footsteps of Christ, to plant ourselves in the living water in the midst of desert, so that we may grow to eternity. But we need to make the full and conscious choice for life, which requires the full and conscious choice to deny ourselves, pick up our cross, and follow Christ. The three Lenten practices, when we choose to live them generously, are all geared to do this. All these three teach us self-denial. Fasting denies the dominion of our lower appetites. Almsgiving denies our selfishness. And prayer denies our egocentrism. Each, in a sense, is a cross that leads us to our self-death. Because at the time giving into our cravings, spending what we have on ourselves, and using our time for our own pursuits seems the path of life, but they are not. And each help us to follow Christ in His own fasting, giving of Himself to the point of death and prayer. But for this to occur, we really must choose bold resolutions that can help facilitate these spiritual fruits, rather than soft ones that, even if we keep them, won't really lead to the crucifixion, to the worldliness that is necessary in order to experience the life that Jesus wants to give. Lent is an opportunity for us to think again about what it means to be a follower of Jesus Christ, to think about Jesus radically called to discipleship. Not everyone who heard Jesus preaching chose to follow Him. Many turned away, sad and disappointed, because they were not prepared to deny themselves, take up their cross and follow Him. The Christian life can be tough and challenging, but it is only when we live for Jesus that we discover life as it is meant to be lived, because ultimately it is only Jesus who can meet our deepest needs, that we discover life as it is meant to be lived, because ultimately it is only Jesus we can meet our deepest needs. Finally, Lent is a season in which we have the opportunity to step back and look at our past choices and what are we presently choosing. In the end, the choices are quite limited: life or death, God's will or our own. Dear friends, God has chosen you as His best choice. This is the grace that we have for today. If we are the best choice of God, let us ask and reflect and answer who is our best choice. Sanctify yourself, and you will sanctify the society, says St. Francis of Assisi. Have a grace-filled day, dear friends.